Hey everybody, it's Cute Man here, and I'm so glad you decided to click on this video. Today we're talking about something that feels like it's become as integral to our lives as breathing social media. But just like breathing, while essential, it also comes with its own set of risks. We're diving deep into the dark side of social media, the hidden dangers lurking behind those perfectly filtered photos and witty captions. Don't worry, this isn't meant to scare you off the internet entirely. Think of it more like a friendly PSA, a heads up about the potential pitfalls so you can navigate the digital world safely and responsibly. We'll be talking about everything from the latest cyber threats to the impact social media can have on our mental health. Because knowledge is power, and the more you know about the potential downsides, the better equipped you'll be to protect yourself and make informed choices about your online presence. So grab your thinking caps, maybe a stress ball for later, and let's get started.
Okay, let's rip off the Band-Aid and talk about cyber threats. I know, it sounds like something out of a cheesy sci-fi movie, but trust me, this stuff is real and it's happening every single day. We're talking hacking, phishing scams, data breaches, you name it, it's out there. Remember that time when, insert recent high-profile hacking incident, for example, a celebrity's account got hacked, or a major company experienced a data breach? Yeah, that wasn't just a random occurrence. It's a stark reminder that our online world, for all its conveniences, is also incredibly vulnerable. Think about it. Every time you create a new social media account, you're essentially handing over a piece of yourself, your name, your birthday, your location, your interests. All this data ripe for the picking by those with less than noble intentions. And the more active you are online, the bigger the digital footprint you leave behind. Now, I'm not saying all this to freak you out, but it's important to be aware of the risks. According to Cite, a recent statistic about cyber threats on social media, the numbers don't lie. But here's the good news. There are ways to protect yourself. Think of it like locking your front door when you leave the house. It's a simple step, but it makes a world of difference. We'll delve into the specifics later on, but for now, just know that you don't have to be a tech whiz to stay safe online. Just a little bit of awareness and some basic precautions can go a long way in safeguarding your digital life. Because here's the thing, our online selves are just as valuable, just as deserving of protection as our physical selves. And just like we wouldn't walk down a dark alley at night without taking some safety measures, we shouldn't navigate the digital world blindly either. So let's arm ourselves with knowledge and make sure we're doing everything we can to stay safe out there.
All right, let's shift gears a bit and talk about something a little less technical, but just as important, mental health. Now, I'm not a therapist, but I think it's safe to say that social media has a way of messing with our minds, right? Think about it. We scroll through our feeds, bombarded with images of picture-perfect lives, exotic vacations, flawless bodies, seemingly effortless success. It's easy to fall into the trap of comparison, to start questioning our own worth based on the carefully curated highlight reels of others. And before we know it, we are spiraling down the rabbit hole of self-doubt and inadequacy. Studies have actually shown a correlation between increased social media use and higher rates of anxiety and depression, particularly among young adults. It's like this constant pressure to present a perfect version of ourselves online, even if it means sacrificing our own well-being in the process. We become so focused on projecting an image of happiness and success that we forget to cultivate those things in our own lives. But here's the thing. Social media is just a snapshot, a curated glimpse into a moment in time. It's not the whole picture. We're all human, dealing with our own struggles and insecurities, no matter how perfect our online personas may seem. And it's important to remember that behind every filtered photo and witty caption is a real person with real feelings. So the next time you find yourself scrolling through your feed, feeling that familiar pang of envy or inadequacy, take a step back. Remind yourself that social media is not a reflection of reality, but rather a carefully constructed illusion. And instead of comparing yourself to others, focus on cultivating your own happiness and well-being. Because at the end of the day, your worth is not determined by the number of likes or followers you have, but by the content of your character and the impact you have on the world around you.
All right, we've talked about the bad news, but now it's time for the good news. There are ways to protect ourselves and navigate the digital world safely. It's not about abandoning social media altogether, but rather about using it mindfully and taking some simple precautions to safeguard our well-being. First things first, let's talk about passwords. We all know we should be using strong, unique passwords for every single account, but let's be real, how many of us actually do? It's time to ditch the password 123 and opt for something a little more secure. Think long, complex combinations of letters, numbers, and symbols. And don't forget to enable two-factor authentication whenever possible. Think of it like an extra layer of security, making it that much harder for unwanted visitors to access your accounts. Next up, let's talk about personal information. We all love sharing snippets of our lives online, but it's important to be mindful of what we're putting out there. Think twice before sharing sensitive information like your home address, phone number, or financial details. Remember, once something is online, it's out there for good. And speaking of information, let's talk about fake news. In today's digital age, misinformation spreads like wildfire, and it can be tough to discern fact from fiction. That's why it's crucial to be critical thinkers, to question everything we see online and verify information from multiple sources before believing it. Don't just take things at face value. Do your own research, consult reputable sources, and be wary of sensationalized headlines designed to grab your attention. Another important tip: be mindful of your privacy settings. Social media platforms are constantly updating their privacy policies, so it's important to stay informed and adjust your settings accordingly. Take some time to explore the privacy options available to you and customize them to your comfort level. And finally, remember to take breaks. It's easy to get sucked into the digital vortex, spending hours scrolling mindlessly through our feeds. But it's important to disconnect every now and then, to step away from the screen and engage with the real world around us. Go for a walk, read a book, spend time with loved ones, anything that allows you to recharge and reconnect with yourself and the world outside the digital realm.
So, there you have it, folks. A crash course on the dark side of social media. We've covered a lot of ground today, from the technical aspects of cyber threats to the more nuanced ways social media can impact our mental health. But the most important takeaway is this: knowledge is power. By being aware of the potential risks and taking simple precautions, we can navigate the digital world safely and responsibly, reaping the benefits of social connection without falling prey to its darker side. Remember, social media is a tool, and like any tool, it can be used for good or for ill. It's up to us to decide how we want to use it, to shape our online experiences in a way that is both fulfilling and safe. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content like this. Stay safe out there.